Hi everyone, it's Cassie from True Crime Files. I've got a really sad story today of a little girl that's missing in Alabama. I'm hoping with the power of the internet, we can find this little girl and bring her back, not to her home because she doesn't deserve to be with her mother. But please keep an eye out for her. I've got quite a long story to read about her, and I will go through some of her pictures for you. So just bear with me while I bring up my Word document. Genesis Nova Reid was reported missing about 3 a.m. Monday. Her mother, 33-year-old Adrienne Reid, told investigators she went to check on the child and discovered she was not in the family's Enterprise home and that the door to the home had been found to be open. Police have enlisted the help of a cadaver dog in the ongoing search of missing 2-year-old Alabama girl, whose mother has been called to is the mother who has been called the only suspect by the investigators. Authorities were seen with cadaver dog on the morning of Wednesday, the 18th of February. They searched the area around the apartment complex where the toddler Genesis Nova Reid lived with her mother, according to KPTX. Cadaver dogs are trained to pick up the scent of human remains and are often used in missing person cases. Genesis' mother, Adrienne Reid, reported the girl missing around 3 a.m. on Monday, the 16th of February. At the time, she told the authorities that the toddler was not in her bed and she was found the front door of her home was ajar. Authorities with Price Police Department said in a news release that Adrienne is initially said that Genesis went missing that night. However, investigators conducted several interviews and ultimately determined that the child had not been seen in several weeks. Now, the mind boggles. A missing child for several weeks, and yet the mother had only phoned up the police department to say she'd only been missing since like 3 o'clock in the morning. So we can all pretty much guess the outcome of this little girl. Where was I? Adrienne was later charged with false reporting to the law enforcement. She is currently in the custody at the Coffee County Jail. Well, I wouldn't mind being in jail if it's called coffee. Me and my coffee. That's another story. Is being held without bond, according to the outlet. It is not currently clear if Adrienne has entered a plea or retained the legal representation. Coffee County District Attorney James Tarbox told reporters during a news conference on Wednesday that Adrienne is the only suspect in the girl's disappearance, adding Adrienne Reid is the only person who knows where Genesis is. Now, there should be a law on making parents tell the police or any authorities what they've done with that child, because otherwise they can take that secret to the grave and it's just not on. And as I always say, every child deserves a parent, but not every parent deserves a child. And Adrienne, she certainly doesn't deserve Genesis whatsoever. I mean, if she didn't want her, she could have given her up to like the authorities and said, please find her a home where they're going to love and cherish her and that she could grow up to be a beautiful young lady. Right, getting back to it, the Enterprise Police Department confirmed to Us Weekly that they have no further updates at the time of publication. The initial news release, authorities said that Genesis was reportedly last seen wearing pink Minnie Mouse pajamas. She is 2 foot and 5 inches, and weighs about 30 pounds. And her race is black, accordingly to her hair color, black, and her eyes are brown. Authorities have asked anyone that may have information about her, please contact the Enterprise Police Department 334 347 2222. Enterprise Police Department also previously asked the public for their help finding the woman named Mariah, who is alleged to be a friend of the Genesis families. Officials did not disclose if Mariah's age or name, although they said she is known to be around Levels Bar and Grill in Level Plains when Genesis disappeared. So that's what I've got up there. Let me just change my photo for you so that you can see her. Bear with me a minute. I got so many things open. Right, let's go on to the next one. So as you can see, she is so pretty. This here, the blood stain on, I don't know if it's a mattress or what it is, but that material on the ground there has got a lot of blood in one area. I would presume maybe it's a cot mattress, even though she's a bit old to be in a cot, but I don't know what that item is. I haven't read to find out what that is. Also, Nancy Grace did a story on Genesis and another little boy that's also gone missing. So I'm just doing this update. So let me go back to my Word document. It's not currently clear if the police have been able to track down Mariah. Authorities said they believe she could have important information about Genesis' whereabouts. Now, I'm wondering if maybe Genesis is with Mariah. You know, we don't know. That's why they probably need to find Mariah. It appears that Genesis has been missing for months, with several neighbors saying they haven't seen her in a while. Well, and she only reported her Monday. I guess the conscience got to her. One neighbor told the WDHN that she'd noticed Genesis and her mother had stopped walking, taking their routine, walking around the complex a few weeks before she was reported missing. Meanwhile, additional neighbor said that she hasn't seen the young girl since Christmas. The neighbor added that it was off she hadn't seen Genesis in a while, as her child often plays with Genesis. Fellow neighbor Tyler McGowan also told the outlet that he ran into Genesis' mother alone when she was at the store on Valentine's Day. McGowan claimed that he'd asked Adriana where Genesis was, and she allegedly didn't respond. I don't know. He added that he asked about her whereabouts because the mother and daughter duo was often seen out and about together. Alabama mother Adriana Reid remains in jail on a $1 million bond as the research for the toddler continues. According to the NBC 13, a Coffee County judge set the bond on Thursday morning, so that would have been today on the 19th, via video link. Genesis has not been seen by neighbors since January, but Reid claimed that she'd last saw her early hours of Monday morning. So there you go on that one. Let me go back to my screen. There we go. Nope, that's the wrong one. Bear with. That's what you get for having too many things up. So I hope they find this little girl. I'm just trying to get back to my stream. So yeah, so as you can see, she's such a gorgeous little girl. I know people say toddlers are always gorgeous, but they are. And this mother is on $1,000 bond. Excuse me, I can't put my teeth in right today. Yeah, so please like and share this. We need to keep children in the headlines because they soon disappear and then they're forgotten about. And when children are missing, we don't need them to be forgotten about. They need to be spoken about all the time. So if you can like and share this video and click and subscribe, that would really help me out. As you notice, I put a newscast thing at the bottom saying Genesis Reid, age 2, missing in Alabama. So if you're in that area, please keep an eye out for her. Thank you for watching.